guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Today's video is going to be about my 2-day vacation in Daegu, South Korea. And guys, it was a trip I will forever remember. Why? Because I was stranded. I was stranded in Daegu, South Korea. So let's jump into this video to find out how it all went down. So it was a Friday that I was traveling to Daegu. So that Friday I went to work. So left work, for whatever reason I did not leave work early, left work normal time. So I was under a tight constraint. So all I'm doing is this, running my mouth about how much money I have to pay to get to the airport. This freaking skyline was so expensive. I don't understand why. It better be the cleanest, most immaculate, fastest train that I've ever been on. But we shall see. It's pretty though. Well, I take it back. It got a vending machine in this junk. And I am sitting number 4 CD. So finally get to the airport, everything is okay, checked in, got to the gate, everything is scheduled okay. However, while waiting to board, they told us that the flight was going to be delayed. Now from 7 something to 10 something. Well, little old me did not know all of this was going to happen, right? Well, the problem is this. I did not get any cash in Japan. My thought process was I'm gonna get to Korea, and once I get there, I'm gonna just grab some cash. So no problem. So got on the plane all excited because it was supposed to be a B-Day birthday gift going to South Korea. So I was really excited, and this was my first time. So I'm still all excited, got on the plane, not thinking about anything. It's all good, everything is all good. Got there. Well, when I got there, everything was empty. Immigration seemed like they were rushing. They weren't asking any questions, just stamping. Everybody just going through the line. Like nobody cared. Custom was completely closed off. There was nobody in customs. So we were like, okay, alright. So we get out there, saw the ATM, we're rushing, right? Because I'm like, something's going on, not sure what's going on right now. So rush to the ATM, put the card in, trying to put the PIN number in to get some cash, and it spits out the card. It's like, no. It just spit it out. So not knowing what was happening, hold on guys. So not knowing, it just spits out the card. So I'm like, what is going on? So immediately inserts the card again, put in the PIN number and all that good stuff. Then the ATM goes blank, and it was like close and spit out the card. Was like, what it mean close? Close? What is that? So now I'm looking around the airport, guys. All the shops, you know how the airport have different shops? All the shops are closed. And I'm like, okay. So I saw this little young guy that worked there, and I ran to him and I was like, hey, I need some money. The ATM is closed. What can I do? So he was like, oh, there's a 7-Eleven across the street. You can go over there and try to get money. I was like, cool. I rush over to the ATM at 7-Eleven. Got to 7-Eleven, stick my card in. This is my American card. Stuck it in the machine, put the PIN number in. It's like error. Spits it back out. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm like, let me turn this to English. I'm pressing every single button on the machine. I'm like, something is wrong. So I called the guy that worked there and I'm like, hey, my card isn't working. He's like, I don't know. I don't speak English. I don't know. I'm like, okay, whatever. Pull that out. Put my Japanese card in. Didn't work. I'm like, Jesus have mercy. What is happening? Try my credit card. Like I literally tried every card in my wallet. Nothing was working. So by this, I'm running across the street because I'm like, I need to get back to the airport. What's going to happen? I'm checking in my wallets. I'm like, okay, I have no SIM card for my phone. I have no cash. I probably had, I think I had like $100 in like converted to 100 US in Japanese money, in yen. So it's like, I don't know. I can't get to the airport. I can't call. I mean, I can't get to the hotel. I can't call the hotel. Like, what am I going to do? What's going on? So I rush back to the airport. Well, all the lights in the airport, guys. Like, all the lights in the airport. The airport is black. I'm like, Jesus. Oh my God. By this, I'm terrified. When I said I am terrified, I am terrified. My phone doesn't work. My Japanese phone isn't unlocked. It's still not. My Japanese phone is not unlocked. I'm like, okay, I can turn on my US phone, try to pick up data. For some reason, it wouldn't work. Like, I kid you not, every time when I go somewhere, my phone just picks up, my US phone picks up straight away. Welcome to Japan. Even though if I just step out the house, it will do it. So it was very, very strange. It wouldn't pick up. I'm like, what is it that I'm going to do? There's nobody. So I'm freaking out. So run back over to the 7-Eleven because the lights everywhere at the airport is turned off. I'm not seeing anybody. Run back to the 7-Eleven, try the cards again, nothing is working. I'm like, oh my God, maybe we can walk to the hotel. Mind you guys, we don't have no GPS, we don't have no phone, we don't know where the hotel is. I have no idea where I am. So of course I'm just sprouting out different ideas, all which don't make no sense. So I'm like, okay, best bet is I can probably go back to the airport and maybe I can convince a driver to take yen. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. So go back to the airport and I'm just looking like this. I'm just staring at the black airport. All the lights off. I'm just staring like this. I'm like, Jesus, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I kid you not, guys. This is and every time I talk about it, I get like goosebumps. I turned to think about going back to, so the airport is behind me and the 7-Eleven is in front of me. So I turned to look back to the 7-Eleven. I'm like, I need to go back there and see if I can get some cash. Well, I turned back to look one more time at the airport, and this person, this being, just appeared. I don't know where she came from. I don't know what direction. She just appeared. And Asian people have a certain characteristic, not to stereotype, but this girl, there was something different about her. There was something different about this being. And she was walking towards us and I was like, excuse me. And she was like, yes. And she was snacking on something. I don't know. But she wouldn't make eye contact. Up to this day, I have no idea the face of that lady. No idea what she looks like. She had on a black puffy coat. And she was just chewing something. Like, it was very, very strange. And she was just walking. She just kept on walking. And I was like, I need to get to the airport. But everything like I was saying is like she already knew. And she was like, okay. She didn't really talk much. And she went to the ATM. And I don't know what was going on, guys. I don't know what she was doing. But she came back and she gave us money. Because I was telling her when she was like, okay, let's go to the ATM. I was trying to tell her my card don't work. But again, it's like she wasn't listening to it. She wouldn't make eye contact. She wouldn't look at me. We don't know what her face looked like. So she went into the ATM and she came back and she just handed me some cash. And I was like, okay, let me give you some Japanese yen. And she's like, no. And I was like, but now I need taxi. I need to get a taxi. There's no taxi. Like, how are we going to get home? And I was trying to ask her questions like, how is she getting home? Because I wanted to know where the heck this lady came from. And she wouldn't answer. She wouldn't make eye contact. Like, it was strange. But it was like an older body experience. And I was like, but there's no taxi. And I kid you, there was nobody on the street. Because imagine it's an airport, so the taxis come to the airport, right? The airport is closed, so there's no need for the taxis to come. There was nothing really else around where the airport was apart from that 7-Eleven. So I'm like, there's no taxi. We're not seeing, like, the street is dead. I kid you not, the lady went, well, let me point this way for you. She went, and guys, a taxi appeared. The taxi appeared out of nowhere. I don't remember how she found out what hotel we were staying at. I don't remember telling her, because the whole time I was just trying to get her to give us a ride. I was trying to talk to her. And the taxi appeared and she said something to the driver. I don't remember telling her. Courtney don't remember telling her. But the taxi appeared, guys. She said something to the driver and she had, it was way too much cash. She handed to us and she was like, here. And I was like, no. What's your name? What's your name? And she just said, Kim. And she smiled. And again, even though I'm talking to her, it's like I can't see her face. I don't know. I wish I could explain it. But I just couldn't see her face. So she told me Kim, and I was like, Kim what? And I forgot what she said, guys. But by the time she closed the door, and I turned around to look at her, there was nobody there. There was nobody there. And I'm like, Courtney. The lady disappeared. There's no lady. It was just like the whole time from the 7-Eleven where we were at to the hotel. Like, I wish I could tell y'all the joy. I still can't talk about the feelings. It was an angel. I'm just gonna say it's an angel. But yeah, that was how I got stranded in Daegu. So I was stranded for about 2 hours until my guardian angel came and rescued me. But even, you know what's crazy? I remember before that lady came, it was this guy. There was this strange guy. He was a taxi guy. He pulled up on the side. He had on a full army gear. And there was just something off with him. And I remembered I was going to walk up to him and talk to him, but he seemed strange, and I was like, something just don't feel right in my gut about talking to him. And I backed off, and we were the only 2 people on the street. It was crazy, guys. But yeah, comment down below. Do you think it was an angel? Do you think I'm just paranoid? Yeah, comment down below. Comment down below if you think it was an angel, or I'm just paranoid, or I'm just, because I was under stress, I'm not remembering. But guys, oh, and then you want to know something strange? So then my mother went to church, right? The following week she went to church, because of course I didn't tell her about my Daegu experience, about losing, not carrying any money and all of that stuff, because I didn't want her to tell me that I was dumb. I already felt dumb. So I didn't tell her about that, but she knew about my trip and everything. So while she's sitting in church, she calls me when I get back to Japan, and she's like, the strangest thing happened to me, Kimberly. And I was like, really? What? So she was like, I was sitting in church and the pastor was just talking, and he was like, I have a message and I want to tell that sister. And for the love of him, he couldn't get my name out, and he kept on pointing at me, and everybody was calling names, and then he was like, no. And then he finally said, Sister Cherie, I want to tell Sister Cherie that Kimberly's okay. And she was like, that was just so strange, but I felt some kind of joy. And so she was just telling me, and then I told her, and she was like, oh my God. So it was, I think it's an angel. I don't know what you believe, and whatever you believe, that's your opinion. But yeah, that was the start of my Daegu trip. So it started real low, but I'm telling you, after meeting that lady, everything else was uphill from there. Okay, so let's get into the rest of the video of Daegu, South Korea, day 1. I wanna see the light. I
how I felt about this cheetah thing. Excuse me. But yeah. This is, I like the color scheme of the room. How that works. It's a massive bed as well. There is the mirror. Oh, I'm falling. I thought this was cool. There is a, I don't know what's that's called. Like there's a man and woman carved out on the thing. Oh, there, that sign, I didn't really like that. That turns on, but I unplugged it. It like flashes. That was too much for me. Anyways, then, of course, you realize that the levels changed again. So that means you gotta change your shoes. I don't know why I didn't just wear my slipper in there. This is the tub. It is massive. Massive. Yeah, it's like a super jet tub. And there's that sign again. Yeah, very beautiful. It's Daegu, South Korea.
Good morning from South Korea. Very, very beautiful so far. I am loving it. I might just come to South Korea and get me a job. Here's the hotel. They're hiring. I think I'm moving to South Korea next. I am not 100% sure. And here is me. Okay, I'm about to go find an ATM or something, so I'm going exploring. Alright guys, this video is getting a little bit lengthy. You can come back next week to check out what happened on day 2 in Daegu, South Korea. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for part 2. Bye. Thank you. Me and my famous ones.